The president also admitted that his biggest failure was not passing immigration reform.
My biggest failure so far is we haven't gotten comprehensive immigration reform done. So we're going to be continuing to work on that. And the most important lesson I've learned is that you can't change Washington from the inside. You can only change it from the outside.
Joining me to discuss this are community members who attended the Univision event last night. We have Allison Goodman, who's editor-in-chief of the Miami Hurricane student newspaper. We have Stephanie Parra, who is news editor for the Miami Hurricane. We also have journalists Rodolfo Roman and Ted Darid Mauro, who's an educational consultant. Obama, again, says immigration reform in action was his, quote, biggest failure.
So I think this was a weird, wrong message, because I think their biggest failure, I think two things. First of all, I think you have to say the biggest failure was not getting the economy up and running. I think that's something that resonates with all voters. Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
And I think he said he should say, I had an original stimulus package that would have gotten us out of this mess, and I did not push hard enough in my desire to get something done.
The economy wasn't really even spoken about, except to the Latino community, about the hard numbers of hours they have to work to maintain their present financial status.
And I think they already know that.
And I mean, the only other time was when he was talking about the fact that it was the economy, like 4 years ago, he was focusing on the economy, and that's why he couldn't focus on immigration reform. So it was used as like a detour.
Yeah, but he didn't really go into specific as far as how he was going to get this thing going in the next 4 years. I think that's something that both of the guys actually haven't really emphasized.
Yeah, I mean, I think Romney went into more detail with his five-point plan, but I don't really know how effective that will be in the long term, whereas, you know, President Obama didn't really mention anything on the economy. And as I mentioned yesterday in our talk, we had a poll, at least at the University of Miami, that gauged economy as one of the most important factors in the election this season.